Shanti, and welcome to Soul to Soul. My name is Rose, and I'm from Brahma Kumaris in Glasgow. And we're going to talk about how to embrace the day. So, sit back and enjoy. So when you wake up in the morning, do you feel like saying, "Oh, good morning"? Is it? Do you feel great when you wake up? Most people, maybe not. But however, when we realise the benefits, we can encourage ourselves to say good morning. I can set the path for my day early in the morning. Why is this? Because we all love newness, freshness, adventure, possibilities. And can I create that feeling of wonder and enthusiasm for myself? And just think about, is it possible to refresh my daily timetable and be able to put myself first in the picture? Because everything is me that thinks. It's me that has friends. It's me that does all the actions. It's me that's sad. It's me that's happy. So unless I start to think about who is this me, how can I put myself first? Everything else comes flying in there, and I haven't got time to sort it out. So, first thing in the morning is a time, and it depends where you live, because we've lived in all of us, I'm sure, I don't know where all of you live, but if you live in a city, it can be very noisy. It's not always, even in the morning, quiet, but it will be reasonably quiet. And basically, because thousands of people are asleep at that time. Masses of traffic have stopped at that time. And so it is a time of stillness. The early morning hours are seen on the path of devotion as the hours of nectar, where it's like nectar for the soul. And at that time, it doesn't matter who they are. Most people have some belief structure, and in some of the belief structures, they believe that to meditate and think of their particular icon early in the morning is a time when they can be close and gain some stillness and peace. And also they feel they can talk about things in their mind and be reassured. So, is it possible? Can I create that feeling of wonder and enthusiasm for myself? Sleep is vital. We need sleep. But it's good to organise my time to ensure I can be up in the morning and alert in the early morning hours of the day, because this is so beneficial. And when I am aware that actually thousands and thousands of people are meditators, so many people are tuning into this stillness of the early morning hours, the beautiful stillness and silence of the early hours. And some share this time with the higher power, the divine, the one above. So what are the benefits? And what do I share? But also, what are the challenges and the obstacles? Do I feel I'm tired? I don't feel well? I have children. I share with a family. I work difficult times. Can I find solutions? I'm sure we're all creative and can find ways. Because at that time, I can feel emotionally free in the first moments of a new day, when I'm in the company of my friend, the one above. And many very good energy souls are also sharing that time. So it creates an amazing vibrations of peace and belonging. So what is the ideal time? Well, it's up to us personally. What is the ideal time? And then sometimes people will say, why has it got to be early in the morning? Can I catch up later in the day? No, the wonder is you can meditate later in the day, any time you wish. But the wonder we're talking about is the early morning hours, when it's soul to soul to soul to soul. Now, they say, there's been YouTubes on this, that billionaires wake up at 4 a.m. Now, I would say they're very wise. They make a lot of money because they're very clever in seeing opportunities. And I would think, I don't know any billionaires actually as such, but I would think that they realise the benefit in that stillness because they're able to think clearly. And when I look at some research, but also when I actually, some things that happen to myself personally to do with noise. During the day, there's so much noise. Even if you're in a fairly quiet space where no one's speaking to you and there's no other people outside, there's sirens and noises and traffic and all sorts of noises going around. And if there's digging and banging and building and etc. And I had a personal experience that even in a very still place, you could feel it, because it was still, you could feel in your brain the thumps and vibrations of diggers. And it made me think, gosh, my brain is picking up these sounds. My brain is actually reacting to all this noise. So it kind of firmed it up for me that the early morning, usually there are no diggers early in the morning, that your brain is always working and it doesn't get any respite whatsoever. Even when you're asleep, you might think, well, when I'm asleep, yeah, that's physical rest. But physical rest, you're still dreaming and your brain's still working and sorting out tangles of the day. But early in the morning, you're consciously looking at silence and stillness. And it's a chance for your brain to have very little pressure, to be released from that pressure. Like, wow, whoa, what a relief. So to value that experience or that possibility of an experience of stillness and silence and valuing how valuable you are. And you'll create an energy pattern, a special silent energy pattern in your brain. It'd be almost like a little meditation space in your brain that you can go to over and over again. And especially if you think in a spiritual way, I am a soul. And my natural energy is stillness, silence, and peace. I'm a being of light. I am energy. I can encourage myself to feel emotionally free in the first moments of a new day. And when I'm in the company of my friend, the one above, I can think of myself as a being of light, a soul full of peace and love and happiness. And I can encourage myself to see the good that's in me and tell myself and reassure myself and talk to myself, I am a kindly personality. I'm a loving personality. I'm a light-hearted personality. And I can share these thoughts with the one above. And it creates an amazing vibration of peace and belonging. And it is possible to refresh my daily timetable and in this way put myself first and look forward to my early morning time of meditation. And I can feel truly refreshed. I can feel love, newness, freshness and adventure. And no matter how much pressure, because if I look into the world, I'm not going to see necessarily love, newness, freshness, adventure, or a lot of possibilities. But I can create that feeling of wonder and enthusiasm and put myself first. And I can make decisions and think more clearly and decide that, yeah, I can do this. And they say, according to scientific stuff and these billionaires, that 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. are the best hours to get sleep at night. They're the most powerful times to be asleep. And if we were to do the best we could to be as close to that as possible, we would wake up a bit better and feel a bit more refreshed. And everything, we have to remember that everything grows. And the more that I practice and have a belief in this, if I feel a benefit, I will have a belief. And if I practice that this is the time, this is the way, this is making me feel fresher, this is making me feel better, this is making me feel that all is well, I'm reassured. Because during the day, who, including myself, who will tell me any of these things? Who will speak to me like this? Will I talk to myself like this? Will I value myself during the day? I wonder, I'll be so busy coping with all the obstacles in the day. Will I keep remembering I'm energy throughout the day? Well, I can begin to practice. But no one's going to come up and say these things to me. So I need to practice this for myself in the morning. Beautiful stillness and silence of the early morning hours, and share these with myself and with my friend. And the challenges and the obstacles, I can see more and more clearly how to go beyond. and I learn how to embrace the day with determination, if not happiness to begin with, but happiness will definitely grow. So to keep going and try it out and see, and think that there's so many thousands of souls throughout the world that are sharing that time with us. And this is what creates an amazing vibration of peace and belonging. Om Shanti. So I think we'll have some questions.
Yeah, my first question is about the challenges, because I can see all the benefits, and I know that you said that determination is required, and we might feel enthusiastic now, but tomorrow morning some people might be thinking, okay, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try and get up a bit earlier tomorrow, and then tomorrow morning comes and you listed all the challenges there. What would you say to get started, some realistic things that people might go through, that they're not going to float into bliss at 4 a.m?
Okay. I think if you're looking for some form of happiness or peace, and you've kind of hit a plateau or a bottom rung, you will try anything. And I think you'd be desperate to try and see if it's going to work, and encourage yourself. It's almost like, or if you're adventurous and you like the thought of something new, I know that's what attracted me. I thought, I'm going to try this, see what it's like, because it was like, it's hope. It almost lights a lamp of hope, like, here's something different. Because if we have like feelings that we like knew this and knew that, and the new fashion and the new this and new colour and everything new, well, this is new. And actually everything else that we're doing just now is becoming quite old and dull and mundane, and there's nothing fresh. And it's quite hard to keep it fresh. So I say that never mind the challenges, the obstacles. The obstacles will definitely come, especially if you feel sick. Well, what are you going to do about it? You've got far more chance of building your strength and energy and inner hopefulness and good feelings inside yourself by doing this. And also you have to go and see about whatever it is, but there'll be a sort of not much help there except for some pills or a bit of an operation or whatever. But if you're able to take whatever medication you need, plus you're able to sit and start to learn about yourself and about silence, you've got more chance of winning that feeling of not welling over into feeling a lot better. And if you have a family and they're but there's a good chance they'll be sleeping early on if you get up early enough. And they will definitely benefit from what you're doing. Okay?
You mentioned belonging. I like the idea of also being aware that there are many other people sitting. So although it seems like the world is asleep, knowing there are others, and that there's this lovely community of people trying to get to know themselves and also connect with the source. So belonging to the divine and also belonging to a community.
Belonging to a community is rather nice, especially if you happen to be alone you wouldn't need to feel alone anymore. And it's not just in the morning, the feelings of that will stay with you and the feelings will actually grow. And also, sometimes it can enrich your life again with people around you that never happened before. You can feel closer to people, etc., etc. Okay.
And maybe finally just something about the responsibility to the world, because sometimes you could feel, as you were saying, there's not much possibility or hope on the horizon. But part of the thing that motivates me to get up is also knowing that the world needs that vibration, so that even if I can't do it for myself, I feel I need to share something positive for the world. Could you say something about the power of vibrations?
That is really wonderful. That can be a huge motivator. Sometimes you've got to get yourself a wee bit empowered before you feel you have the power to give out. But if you have that at the back of your thinking, that is a huge motivator, that I have to get up because they'll be getting used to this extra energy that's coming from me, that suddenly I'm being made powerful. Suddenly I count, not just in the small group of people I know, but worldwide. All the people in the world. I'm connected with the people that are doing the meditation, and we're all connected to all the souls that need the vibration. So that vibration of peace, because we're energy, touches the hearts of souls and can uplift them from their deepest despair. So if we're truly kind-hearted and we truly have thoughts in our hearts to do something, this is the way we can do it. We can help uplift the souls in the world that are suffering in all different ways, in different places, at different times even. And their hearts will be touched and they will be lifted up. They won't consciously know what's happened, but they will still be feeling a feeling of, why do I feel that feeling of well-being? I feel a lot better for some reason. I'm feeling much better today. And that's actually how the one above gets the work done. Through the people who become soul conscious and send those vibrations out into the world, but daily, if possible. Once you start, you don't want to stop. You do something about it every day. Okay, so thank you. So now we're going to have a few minutes of meditation. Om Shanti. So bringing our energy to the center of our foreheads. And feeling the good energies that belong to us. When I'm aware that I'm a soul, I can become aware of the energies that belong to I, the soul. I'm a being of peace. My energy is pure. I am loving and kind. And I create loving and kind thoughts for others. And I encourage myself to see others as the same as me, equal to me, a being of light, a soul. With this practice, we can very quickly begin to see specialities and good energy in others. And it can help us to stop our critical nature, our judgmental nature. It can take away the division. And when I begin to see others as a soul, I can feel that there is that love and that acceptance and that friendliness, sweetness and kindness. This comes into me, but it goes out to other souls and also goes out to the world. And then again, it goes out, but it comes back to me. So this is the method actually to also to get up early in the morning, because whatever I put out comes back to me. So I'm a soul, the vibration goes out into the world and touches others, and that vibration comes back to me, the one who put out the thought. So in meditation, to keep creating good thoughts, be inspired to help others. In helping others, you help yourself. If I simply think to help myself, it doesn't go very far. If I think to help others, it goes out and comes back, and it brings good energy to many, many others. Om Shanti.